What if the last thing you ever hear is nothing at all? No hiss, no warning, just darkness. These are the most silent, most unpredictable killers on Earth. And at the end, one terrifying fact will ruin your sleep. Number 10, the one that watches, the tiger keelback. In the misty rice fields of southern Japan, villagers whisper about a serpent that doesn't run. It watches. The tiger keelback, a snake no longer than your arm, has venom in its glands, and poison it steals from what it eats. Frogs, toxic toads, even other snakes. It absorbs their poisons and stores them. But here's the part that no one tells you. It doesn't run when approached. It raises its head and locks eyes with you. Biologists who've studied it noticed something terrifying. The snake has an unnatural ability to sense fear. If you're afraid, it moves closer, slowly, silently, strikes from a distance no one expects. Get ready for a shocking twist. This will blow your mind. One scientist, Yori Tanaka, once tried capturing one. He was never bitten, never touched. But 2 days later, he collapsed. Doctors found traces of toad venom in his system, just like the keelback's diet. His report ended with this sentence: "It didn't bite me, but something still got in." And now, researchers are wondering, can this snake release venom without even touching its victim? Number 9, the glass fang of the Amazon, bushmaster snake. Deep inside the Peruvian Amazon, indigenous hunters speak of the shadow tooth, a name for a snake so silent its bite is never heard and its victims never scream. The bushmaster isn't fast. It doesn't chase. It waits. And when it strikes, it does so with one chilling difference. Its fangs are translucent, almost invisible. Locals believe they're made of glass. And it strikes once. That's all. A single drop of venom, neurotoxic and hemotoxic, shuts down your lungs before you hit the ground. But wait, I'm about to drop a twist you'll never forget. One village shaman named Hilario was bitten. He survived, but he didn't speak for 2 years. Not because of fear, because he said the snake took his voice. Doctors found his vocal cords perfectly intact, yet every time he tried to speak, his eyes would flood with blood. He later carved a warning into wood. The snake doesn't just silence you, it takes your words forever. And here's the worst part. The bushmaster is expanding its range northward, quietly, into populated zones, and it still hasn't made a sound. Number 8. The corpse that crawled, the boomslang. In South Africa, rangers found a man leaning against a tree. He looked asleep, peaceful. No wounds, no trauma. But he was dead. It took days to find out why. Inside his bloodstream, boomslang venom. The boomslang doesn't hiss, doesn't coil. It stays hidden in branches, blending in like bark. And when it bites, you don't feel it. At first. Then it begins. You bleed. From the nose, gums, ears, even the eyes. Slowly, quietly, until the inside of your body drowns itself. Here's a line that'll keep you up tonight. 1 drop of boomslang venom can liquefy your blood in under 2 hours. But here's where things get darker. Watch closely now. Twist incoming. One tracker, Felix Malangu, reported seeing a man walk for 3 kilometers after being bitten. Then he dropped dead mid-step. His organs were mush. Autopsy showed he had no blood left, only black jelly. The boomslang waits in silence, and by the time you feel something, it's already inside you. Number 7. The Phantom of the Dunes, the Sidewinder rattlesnake. The Sidewinder is unlike any other. Found in the deserts of Nevada, it moves sideways across sand, leaving trails that confuse trackers. But here's the terrifying part. Its rattle is broken. Not genetically, not biologically. It simply chooses not to use it. Unlike other rattlesnakes, this one learned to hunt in silence. A hiker named Dean Wilcox reported feeling something glide past his foot like wind. 30 minutes later, he collapsed. The snake had struck behind his ankle. He never saw it, never heard it, and never felt the bite. Hold tight. Here comes the sinister twist. When paramedics arrived, they found 7 bite marks, but only one snake. And all 7 had identical fang spacing, down to the millimeter. Was it one snake, or something that copies itself? Desert researchers later found multiple trails circling the site, all sidewinder trails, all going in and out of each other. Something is hunting silently, and it might not be just one. Number 6. The cave that hisses back. Iranian desert horned viper. In the Iranian Lut Desert lies a place the Bedouins call the Whispering Cave. It's not on any map, and no one goes near it after dusk. Why? Because something inside hisses when you stop breathing. The desert horned viper lives deep within the sands, often buried with only its horns poking out. It doesn't move, doesn't blink. It waits for silence. Because silence means its prey is frozen. They stayed inside until the snake was done. But here's the twist that's haunted rescuers since coat. When they examined the boot, they found a thin piece of snakeskin inside it. But the skin coat had no DNA. Nothing. As if it came from something that never existed. What lives in silence and leaves nothing behind? Number 5. The venom that remembers. The king cobra's curse. In the temples of Kerala, India, legends whisper about snakes that don't just strike for survival, but for revenge. The king cobra is massive, intelligent, and terrifying. It doesn't hiss like most snakes. It growls. Deep, low-frequency sounds that vibrate through the bones. And when it locks onto its target, it doesn't forget. Once, a man named Bhargav killed a cobra near his home. That night, he dreamed of being watched. A week later, another cobra appeared in the same spot. Then another, and another. He killed all 3. Get ready. You're not prepared for this twist. The 4th time, the snake didn't move. It waited. When Bhargav got close, it lifted itself to his eye level and stared for 10 full seconds. He didn't kill this one. That night, Bhargav died in his sleep. No wounds, no bite. But he was found with his eyes wide open, pupils fully dilated, as if he saw something right before death. The villagers say, the king cobra doesn't kill with venom alone. It remembers. And now, scientists are studying cobra behavior to test if some snakes pass memories genetically. Could one snake inherit its mother's rage? Number 4. The snake that feeds on fear. The African gaboon viper. Deep in the Congo, rangers talk about a snake that doesn't just attack you. It waits until your fear peaks. The gaboon viper has the longest fangs of any venomous snake. 2 inches of pure death. But what makes it truly terrifying? It doesn't move when it sees you. It waits and watches you panic. Researchers tested this in 2009. They placed a gaboon viper in a clear enclosure with several human subjects standing outside. The snake didn't move until one subject began sweating, shaking, and backing away. That was when it struck the glass and cracked it. Pay attention. This next part will haunt you. When that same subject returned 2 days later, the snake was calm, until he stood still. The gaboon viper didn't look at his body. It looked straight into his eyes. Later, thermal scans revealed something insane. The viper's brain activity spiked in response to emotional stress. It could detect fear as a physical signal. Number 3. The ghost of the water. The Belcher's sea snake. Australia's oceans hold a secret more terrifying than sharks or jellyfish. A creature so venomous, it can kill 100 people with one drop of venom. But it moves like a shadow. The Belcher's sea snake glides through clear tropical waters with such calm elegance that most divers never see it coming. It doesn't make bubbles, it doesn't disturb the current, it simply appears and vanishes. But one diver, Eliza Murnane, told this story. She was recording coral footage off the coast of Queensland when she saw a shimmer. Not a shape, a shimmer. She turned. Nothing. Minutes later, her dive buddy collapsed. No injury, no wound, but his muscles locked and his lungs failed. Here comes the twist you weren't ready for. At the hospital, they found a tiny puncture behind his ear, almost microscopic. Venom confirmed. But they had a bigger problem. There was no trace of the snake on the footage. Eliza swears she saw something. But when the footage was slowed down frame by frame, they saw it. One flash, one frame, of an eye inside the reflection of her own goggles. What swims without sound and strikes without shape. Number 2. The flesh eater from the sand. The saw-scaled viper. Found in North Africa and the Middle East, the saw-scaled viper is small, only a foot long. But it's the deadliest snake in the region, because it doesn't rely on speed or strength. It relies on rage. It rubs its body together to make a dry, rasping sound, like sandpaper on bone. Victims say it sounds like whispers, then nothing, until your leg burns like fire. Most victims don't die from the venom, they die from what comes after. One survivor, a shepherd named Saeed, said, "After the bite, I couldn't scream. My voice was gone. But I saw it, eating my skin. It didn't even swallow, just tore off chunks." Here comes the nightmare twist. Doctors discovered something terrifying in autopsies of viper victims. The venom doesn't just attack blood or nerves, it eats connective tissue. From the inside out. Muscle, skin, tendons, gone. And the weirdest part? The snake bites once, then waits nearby, like it's watching its victim fall apart. This isn't nature, this is precision cruelty. Number 1. The forbidden one. The snake that shouldn't exist. In 1978, a classified expedition in the Malaysian rainforest discovered something that wasn't catalogued. No name, no genus, just movement and death. The locals called it the Seekin, the whisper. It was said to be a snake that never opens its mouth, yet its prey still dies, as if struck by something invisible. The team found a cave with 23 animal corpses, intact, no blood, no wounds. Only one sign, eyes wide open and tongues blackened. Then came the silence. One night, all 5 team members recorded strange, low-frequency hums. They weren't audible in real time, only picked up in playback. Then they started bleeding. From the nose, vomiting. 3 died. The last 2 vanished. Get ready for the most horrifying fact you'll ever hear. In 1982, a biologist named Dr. Willem Reitz published a secret report describing this creature. According to his study, its venom was not chemical, but vibrational. The snake emitted a frequency that caused internal hemorrhaging. No bite needed. But that's not all. The kicker? The last page of his report was scribbled with only one sentence, repeated over and over. It doesn't want to be known. Then, the report was sealed by the Malaysian government. No photos, no samples, no bones. Only a chilling statement. There are some predators man is not meant to see. Final fact, the one that will break you. Here's what no one tells you. According to one leaked database in 2023, a secret lab in northern Russia attempted to combine snake venom with sound-based weaponry to study remote biological kill systems. Their success? They recreated the Basican's death signature, but during a demo test, the lead scientist died instantly. No one ever played the frequency again, which means there may be a snake out there that can kill just by being heard. And worse, we may have copied it. If you made it this far, congratulations. You now know secrets that go beyond biology, beyond nature, into something darker. Comment below which snake chilled your blood the most. And tell me if you want part 2, creatures that kill without sound. And please, subscribe, because hitting your subscribe button can give me new motivation to work harder and succeed. Stay scared. Inshallah.